Hello, everyone. Credit cards are an important topic in the design of our affluent lives. Therefore, today, I want to talk a bit about credit cards. In particular, the conscious use of credit cards will actually provide us with an important gateway on this journey from savings to investment. Now we can start like this. Before credit cards, we had bank accounts in our lives. Then came bank cards. Now we also have credit cards. Contrary to popular belief, credit cards are not bad. They are a means of payment and do so in the safest way possible. In fact, the general recommendations for credit cards do not apply to low-income families. As finance professionals, no matter how many calls we make for low-income families to avoid using credit cards, this does not align well with their realities, because the sole aim of these individuals is to meet the basic needs of their families. And because their earned income is insufficient to cover this, they are forced to rely on credit cards. In this situation, it leaves them in a difficult position within a large cycle of debt. The conscious use of credit cards is applicable to families with a certain level of income. Even if these individuals are not low-income families, their unnecessary spending puts their families in a difficult situation burdened with debt. I hope that after today's work, individuals can re-examine their spending and gain more control over it. As you know, after the 2000s, the financial industry has made a significant leap within itself. Financial technological developments, especially today, have introduced mobile payment systems, virtual cards, contactless payments, and mobile wallets into our lives, and they have truly made our lives easier. With these systems and applications, we have achieved significant savings in both time and effort. However, many people who are unaware of the true discipline and situation of this development have unfortunately experienced its disadvantages. I can roughly tell you about these mistakes. Individuals who own credit cards made many unnecessary expenditures. These expenses eventually led to payment difficulties. In addition to the financial aspect of missing payment deadlines, the lack of awareness regarding the burden of interest has also contributed to this problem. Individuals have been seriously subjected to a downpour of credit cards by banks and their own desires. In this reign, they did not have enough control over the limits, debts, and payments of credit cards. As long as they lacked control, things spiraled out of hand. In the final stage, people found themselves withdrawing cash from one credit card to pay off the debt of another credit card. This has burdened them under very serious long-term interest rates. As of today, certain behavioral issues related to credit cards still persist. The fundamental issue that credit cards create for individuals stems from the inability to feel the money, similar to cash payments. Many renowned academics describe this as the pain of loss. When you make a payment and if you experience a cash outflow, your brain reacts in the same way to the emotions it feels towards losses. It hurts. For example, imagine you went to a restaurant. Picture a family of 4 dining there. Your bill comes to 3,000 TL. What do you do when the credit card comes? You call the waiter. He brings you a card reader. You tap for your contactless payment, and it is deducted from your balance digitally. You cannot perceive the magnitude of the money you are paying at that moment in any way. But imagine that, for instance, you find yourself in a situation where you do not have access to a credit card. Consider the implications. You will take out a considerable amount of cash from your own pocket. If you think of this in minimum hundreds, 4, 15, 16, you will slowly and meticulously count 100 lira bills, one by one, in front of the waiter, ensuring each bill is counted accurately, and you will hand that bundle, with great care, to the person waiting. The painful urge to lose keeps us from spending. For this reason, I advise many of my clients, especially those who struggle to maintain control over their credit cards, to take the money they have set aside for spending in their conscious plan for the month in cash. And I say to cover all your expenses, all your discretionary spending with this cash. Because when you physically feel cash and experience the pain of giving it to someone else, you can be sure that you will keep your spending under serious control. Expenses made with credit cards. put us into a certain state of hypnosis. At that moment, the money we lose is merely a series of numerical figures. What we truly lose is not just the effort we put in, but a specific amount, rather than our future gains. But the moment you physically hold it in your hand and give it to the other party, the experience you had, all the struggles you went through to earn it, and the pain you feel when you lose it will encourage you to think correctly.